What is up, YouTube? This is Prodigy. I'm here with part 2 of my 3-part trilogy of Hecarim ranked gameplay. Last time I got comments that I should do runes and masteries for Hecarim and what I use in the jungle. So without further ado, here they are. I tend to go attack speed runes on most junglers nowadays. It's just better for clear speed, having that attack percentage instead of damage. I'll go armor just to take less damage, and magic resist per level I find works out better. You can take cooldown reduction on him, but with the items you'll go usually wind up with 40% cooldown anyways. And taking magic resist just flat is not really worth it because you're not going against a lane opponent. So getting the scaling magic resist for the late game is optimal. As far as quintessences go, I find move speed to be the best for Hecarim just due to the fact that his passive gives you extra damage for the bonus move speed that you have, as well as allowing you to catch and stick on to champions a lot easier, which is where Hecarim really shines. As far as masteries, I tend to go 12, 0, 18. You can go 0, 12, 18, that works really well, but taking Strength of Ages on Hecarim is by far the best option. You could go Fervor of Battle, I suppose, in Ferocity. You also could go Stormbeater's Surge or Thunderlords in Cunning Tree, but just having that extra health winds up being really worthwhile in the late game. I'll cover the items I use in my next Hecarim gameplay video, but now on to the actual game itself. So far it's been pretty quiet. GP has died a couple times top. I was able to secure a kill on the Garen top, and the Twitch, I believe, had gotten a kill on bot. You'll find out here that we actually do make a really decent comeback. The GP feeds his face off in this game, not really doing a whole lot to begin with, but our team doesn't rage at him, doesn't tilt him too much, and we wind up pulling it back and having a really nice team fight as the game progresses. Here I get a kill on Garen after the GP had gone down. I was hoping to get there to save him, but unfortunately I had been at the chickens when I saw what was happening. I go mid hoping to get a gank onto the Talia, but the Zac had better game awareness and beat me to it. Here I try to actually save the Annie, but it doesn't work out whatsoever as I knock Zac into the turret to get the free kill. If you're not careful, that can be one of the setbacks with Hecarim, is knocking an opponent away from your intended target or position. Not a huge deal here. It does put Annie down a kill, and we didn't wind up getting one ourselves, but like I said, we come back and actually wind up winning this game, which is really quite nice. I'm just trying to farm up right now and stay ahead of levels on the Zac. Also, I'm looking to try and get the GP back in the game if possible. It turns out to be really difficult because the Garen just tanks up and the GP can't do anything to him. I notice on my minimap right here that Zac is going top to gank the GP. I ping, but I hope that he had noticed. He doesn't. I should have popped my ghost here so I could have got to the Zac before he used his elastic slingshot on GP. Probably would have saved him and we might have wound up turning it and getting a kill. As it is, GP goes down. We don't get a kill for it. I just wind up backing and hoping that this game can get turned around somehow. I'm trying to decide whether I want Cinderhulk or Warrior. I go for Warrior because I do got 2 early kills and I feel like I can kind of carry this game. If I go for the early damage, farm up, and try and get a couple more successful ganks off, my thought process was it's more beneficial for me to go damage early and try and get a few more successful ganks off, tank up late game, and see how it all pans out. The other really nice thing that we do have going for us is with Twitch and at Gold ELO, not a lot of people pink ward during team fights, which allows him to maneuver and get off a nice ult. Here, one of the classy things about Hecarim is you can just dive people for kills. I popped my ghost, popped my E, my ult, came out of my ult and I still had my E up, which allowed me to gap close on the Talia and get a free kill. Also, the Annie wound up surviving, which was really nice for us. Made a nice 1-0 swing. Zac didn't get the kill on her. I was able to, do my little thing on Talia. And we slowly start coming back into this game. Unfortunately, the GP top is still just feeding up an absolute storm. I'm trying to come bottom as fast as I can. As soon as Bard dies, I know that I probably can't make anything happen. I really want to ward up Drag just to make sure that we can contest if, or at least see, if they're trying to take it. Here I want to get Scuttle. I know I can get away with my E afterwards until you really can't burst me. Here there's a team fight that's been progressing for a while. I really didn't want to go in here. I thought I could go in and get the Talia, but my E had already run out, so I wasn't able to clean her up. The Twitch does wind up coming, but the guarantee piece in, kills the Bard, and it looks like they're heading for Dragon. Right away, as soon as they spawn, I know that they're going to be doing it, so I just bust my ass down there and wait. I get a really nice steal and get out. I had my Ghost up as well, but I knew I wouldn't have to use it because my E just trumps Garen's Q, and Zach probably couldn't have gotten his elastic slim shot within range of me, which turned out to be a bit of a swing for our team. Here, Twitch gets caught out a little bit, but I'm there for the counter gank. I wind up E'ing Sona into the Bard ult, and we get a 3-for-0 exchange. Didn't really expect this, but it worked out really well. Twitch gets 2 of the kills. He's going to be the source of our damage in the later team fights, and from here on out I'm probably just going to, well, I was thinking about just tanking up. It's what I wind up doing, and the Garen's chasing there. I see that right away and pop my E just to make sure that the Annie can get out and he won't tower dive her. As soon as I pop my head out, then he knows that it's not going to be worth it. GP winds up dying top again. Annie and I believe the Bard are telling him, like, just stop dying and we can actually win this. Just farm up your GP. Your late game is good no matter if you got kills or not. All you need is farm. He still does wind up dying, I think 2 or 3 more times before we start grouping. I know right now though the source of our win is going to come from bot lane and Twitch, so I'm going to try and get him as fed as possible. There I was just out of range of their minions, and I wasn't sure I'd be able to make that play happen, but I'd pop my Ghost and my E, and it's amazing how much ground Hecarim can cover in such a short amount of time. Unfortunately, we stayed too long trying to get the tower down for the global gold, and the guarantee TP'd in. We underestimated his damage output, and the Twitch and the Bard both wound up dying for it. They try and focus me in this fight. I'm able to ult out, which is huge. I can go back to base, come back in. They've already wasted a lot of their CC on me and tower dove, so the Twitch can just come in, stealth, burst them all down. The Annie tries to clean up the Zac, but it's too early on, and the Garen has just too much damage. But the Zac respawns from his passive. I can get that kill. Bard gets the Garen, and here I know that the Lucian's done. Like, I have my E up in 2 seconds. There's no way that he can escape me. He tries to stay by tower, but doesn't matter. I have enough damage to take him down. We wind up pushing down mid. I get the bot tower just for the global gold for everybody. I see that the Talia is coming in and they're trying to re-engage on us. As soon as I see that on the minimap, I'm going for it. Like, I want to make sure that my team stays alive and healthy. I wind up getting a kill for my efforts. We go to drag, get the drag, and from here on out we just start the snowball effect. That play was probably the turning point in the game for us. We were able to get so much global gold and kills off that one misstep on them. Them going on to me and not an actual carry. I suppose I was still fairly squishy, but I have escapes and more health than our mid laner or our ADC. From then on out, they just start tilting each other and raging as a team collectively. You can see that they're slowly tilting each other as I am able to get 2 free turrets there. We do lose the Twitch, but that's definitely worthwhile for us, just getting the gold onto all of our characters. Here, I knew that there was a pink ward there that I wanted to get for a while. The Twitch goes onto the Talia. I tell him to back, but as soon as he does go, I make sure that I'm there and I'm going to back him up. I'm able to pick up the kill on Talia. I know that I won't be able to get out alive from the Garen if I go back towards my tower. So I use the bushes to get out of his ult range because I'm fairly certain that he was close to killing me. I want to get out of their line of sight so they go off of me and onto my other teammate. As soon as that happens, I come back in, knock the Garen back. I almost die to his ult, but it doesn't activate in time. So I'm able to get away. I almost die again to the Lucian ult, but the Bard saves me with one of his little marshmallow cup heals. We wind up getting the Baron, killing the Zac as he tries to steal and fails, and from here on out the game's virtually won. I'm tanky enough that I can be a frontline for my team. The GP has come back in even though he was 0 and 8 when we wound up grouping, which is why I can't stress enough not to try and tilt your own teammates. He stayed in, he did his time, he farmed up, and he actually became relevant by the end of the game. He was doing damage. He had a huge AoE presence with his ult and his barrels, and just made our team fight a lot more well-rounded. There, I get the Talia. I just want to get her or the Lucian because both of them are squishy, and I know that I can tank the turret and a lot of damage and still kill them. We wind up getting all 3 turrets and inhibitors, which is really nice. And we're kind of just grouping, seeing what we can do. The Garen tries to go in, and right now I'm wanting to take Lucian out of the fight. He's their main source of damage. So as long as I can get people onto me and away from my carries, they can deal with the tanks, and I can be the sole tank. So right now, it's 3 of them on me, and even with that, I can turn, go for the Lucian. I know I have enough damage to burst him and get out. Their team winds up surrendering right here, which gives us a nice solid win. Goes to show you that even if one of your teammates is feeding, you can come back. Thank you very much for watching. Leave any critiques you feel like in the comment section, and don't forget to like and subscribe.